Hey coaches, welcome to the 3-day intensive invitation effort. We're going to send out 100 invitations in the next 3 days. So years ago, before the 5-step process ever came out, the one that we are familiar with, I was doing this 2-step invite process. Basically, I would ask permission to send a video, and they would almost always say yes, which was pretty cool. And a lot of them would thank me for asking them permission before just sending them something. And then I'd send them the video. And my follow-up was, what'd you like most about what you saw in the video? So I wasn't getting their why or asking for their goals before sending the video. I would get their permission. That was the first step. And once I got it, bam, I'd send it. And hey, what'd you like most about what you saw? And then they'd open up a little, they'd share their goals. Some people would dig a lot deeper than others, but I didn't really go beyond that. And even for the ones that didn't go beyond, oh, I'd like to lose a few pounds, I'd like to make some extra money, I didn't really ask beyond that, and I still enrolled a lot of people. And with the new 5-step, that where we're getting their why before we share the video, I've enrolled a lot of people with that one too. So both versions work. So I figured I'd want to share this more stripped down version that I used to do with all of you, because who knows, maybe this will be the thing to help you enroll a lot more people and help you create much more success more quickly. So here's how this is going to work. 100 invitations in 3 days. If you divide 100 by 3, it's 33 1/3. So, for 2 days of these 3 days, you'll send 33 invitations, and another day you'll send 34. So you got a total of 100. So what I want you to do is, this is probably going to take anywhere between 1 and 2 hours, depending on how fluent you are at this and your skill level and how fast you move and things like that. So between 1 and 2 hours, between the daily core of activities, which I still want you to do, all of those, and then all these extra invitations and the follow-up that you're going to have to do from these kinds of invitations. Yeah, I would block out about 2 hours a day for the next 3 days at least. All right, so next, you're going to always be adding to your list whenever someone is interested in going to the next step. Add them to your list. If they say yes, maybe, depends, whatever, they're interested in seeing that video, add them to your list. And next, I want you to track what you're doing. So how many out of 100 want to see the video? And then write that down. 0 out of 100 is going to be more than 0, but fill that in, whatever it happens to be. And next on this list, how many out of the number who want to see the video share with you what they like most in the video? In other words, we want to track how many people actually watched the video and told you what they like about what's in it. And that's why there's a question mark there, 0 out of question mark, because we don't know that first number. So however many people want to see the video is going to go where that question mark is, and then the 0 is going to be how many actually watched it and gave you some feedback. And then how many enrollments with the purchase of anything, a challenge pack, Shakeology, home fitness program, just anything, preferably a challenge pack. How many enrollments did that lead to right away? And then how many in play from your 10 in play? You're going to have a lot more than 10 in play with 100 invitations. You could have 50, 60, or 70 in play, who knows? But how many in play, and how many are going to be added to your future's follow-up list that you're going to follow up with in the future because they're not ready right now? So that's what I want you all to track, to see how well this works and to see where you're at. And you can do this again in the future and see how you've improved by tracking yourself and see what's working and see what's not working for you. So I want you to know that most people that you invite, they're not going to be ready right now. I just want you to know that. So your future's follow-up list should end up being pretty large, and at the end of the day, a lot larger than your in-play list. And I want you to know that I've personally enrolled hundreds of people, and almost all of them, with the exception of a few here and there, didn't enroll the first time. They heard me say something like, no problem, when you're ready and you're on time, I'll be ready for you, I'd love to do this with you. So when they became ready, they had an experience of some kind, who knows, that just turned them on, woke them up. I was the only logical choice for them, because everybody else that's got a home-based business that ever invited them most likely led with a link or a product to buy something, didn't even ask them permission to send a video or find out what they want, what's important, none of that stuff. And you guys know what I'm talking about because you experience it too. You're on the recipient of that amateurish style marketing that people do. So I just want you to know that. And every time someone is not ready right now, that's your opportunity to be a breath of fresh air for each and every one of them. In fact, a lot of people won't even write you back because they don't want to have to deal with the sales tactics that they've had to deal with in the past from other people. So the ones that do write you back, and they're not ready for whatever reason, just let them know that you are here when they are ready on their own timetable. And when they are ready, their circumstances could be much more challenging than their circumstances are right now, but they've had a change of mind that told them that they need to be ready now, so they contact you in the future. And that could be next week, next month, next year. It could be 10 years from now. So that's the other thing. If you're not around 10 years from now, then you just missed out on a whole bunch of opportunity. This one effort right here, this 3-day effort, intense invitation effort, could be something potentially that pays you for the rest of your life, which you'll never get at a job. You get paid once per every effort at a job. But this thing here, you don't know, but then you don't stop with this one effort. You keep going. It will pay you provided that you do some serious follow-up and some serious see-through, and you never give up. So that's one really cool magical thing about this business, is that what you do your first week, your first month, your first year could potentially earn you a nice living for the rest of your life. And then when somebody down the road, say years from now, asks you, hey, how much did you make your first month that you did this business? You can say, I don't know, that was 5 years ago. I'm still being paid on that effort. How about you? At your job? And they're like, no, that first month I've already been paid for it. I'll never be paid for that again. I got to keep working to keep getting paid. So you start to understand the awesomeness of this type of income, that you're working hard in these intensive efforts. And I hope that gives you some fire in the belly, because there's a reason why you want to work so hard and generate freedom of your time and freedom of whatever you want to do. There's a reason for it. So I hope that reason that you've built up a big enough vision that's compelling for you to seriously see this thing through, to follow up, and to be eager to make mistakes because you realize that your mistakes are valuable to learn from. I can't make enough mistakes. I love it. They're worth so much. All right, let's do this. I hope you appreciate the little talk I made after showing you this. I'm really looking forward to doing this process and making mistakes and learning from them, and growing and becoming the people that we can be to build a big, thriving business that is directly linked to the success and the health and the happiness and the welfare of other people.